And so like we were talking about how, they're banning TikTok and all this other stuff, right? Well, before they banned TikTok, they regulated all the existing social media platforms. So there was this big push to regulate disinformation on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and all this other stuff. I don't know if you guys remember this, but basically, like, there were all these congressional hearings around social media, and they were scrutinizing the algorithms across like pretty much every single social media website, talking about like, hey, you're pushing fake news to boomers, and because of that, you're warping the way that they view the world, and this has to stop. You need to put stuff in place to have anti-fake news stuff, anti-fake news protocol, so that way you're not like basically destroying the brains of people. In their view, destroying the brains of people, basically making it way more difficult to manufacture a consensus. So like the people who they want to win just aren't winning. So I mean, this stuff is like just like not new. It's just something that's been around, and it's coming to like TikTok and stuff like that now. Because they weren't able to do it with TikTok
100%
because
not new.
yeah, they couldn't do it with TikTok because it's, in their view, it's because it's Chinese owned, so they don't have the same influence that they have over like Twitter or Facebook, which operate out of the United States.
Algorithms have always been made from machine learning. When you incorporate AI, it becomes like steroids. But everybody keeps saying the AGI, right? That at that point,
AI is machine learning.
it is, but I'm saying it's like on steroids. So AGI is something that's like triple, quadruple. It's to the point where the AI is going to say, you know what, you don't need to be seeing this anymore. It's going to make decisions based on what it thinks is best. And at that point, you're going to be fully trusting an artificial intelligence dictate what you want to see and what you don't want to see, and they're going to be controlled by who? The social media companies. So it's going
I
to
don't
get
think it's
bad.
controlled by anybody. That's why
It
it's
is.
scary.
Webgems, you look like a guy who drives a fucking Tesla, by the way. So you think when you're in your Tesla driving, going to work, let's say, you're OJ. Pretend Webgems is OJ. He just did something. And now they see his Tesla, and now he's on the run in his
Who's
Tesla.
Webgems?
All right,
I gotta
now
see this guy's comments. It's not hilarious.
Webgems is in his Tesla driving to
Hold on.
work, but he just did something crazy. Now the feds are after him.
This is the dumbest shit I've ever.
Webgems is in the car, is in his car driving. Oh, there he is. He's in his Tesla. Let's turn that bitch off. Now Webgems is thinking he's getting away with the police in his Tesla, and guess what? They turned his car off. You think that's the dumbest you ever heard, Webgems? You think that's dumb? That's gonna happen. That's gonna happen.
This is the dumbest shit I've seen.
You're a guy who drives a Tesla, Webgems. I see it in you. I know you were invited on the stream. You could have came on and said that. Hiding behind the chat. Guy fucking working me up right now.
Who is Webgems?
Webgems will be revealed. He's trying to be the manager, but I'm like, bro, you keep on critiquing the stream aggressively.
Wait, what does him driving a Tesla have to do with anything?
Because him driving a Tesla is just an example that when you're in an electric vehicle, is on the grid, you can turn that off. You can turn off that car. You're not in control anymore. Once it gets down to that, that's going to be one of the laws they're going to pass by that no one's going to see. They're going to put it under a layer of laws that is going to allow police to be able to just turn off any car that's electrical car or that's controlled like that.
Because
Webgems is OJ. I said let's pretend Webgems is OJ on the run. They got to stop him, bro. They got to stop him.
I mean, they can stop you in a ICE car.
Right, but then you're gonna cause so much damage, destruction, all this, blah blah. They don't want that cleanup. They're just gonna turn his car off.
Like an EV is not like magic, right? It doesn't like run from the internet. It runs because it has a big ass battery on it.
Yes, it has a big ass battery that can be turned off.
If it's not connected to the internet, how would it be turned off?
Every car essentially would be, because it's like Palantir. They'll detect it, find it, turn that bitch off. I'm just saying, this is what I'm saying. I'm speaking 10 years, guys. I'm a futuristic, conversation right now. I get it, everyone right now. We're living in this dawn age of AI and stuff like that, but things move fast, bro.
Honestly, I'll let you in on a secret. Like, as long as the car is connected to the internet, if it was connected to the internet, they could turn it off however they wanted to turn it off. Like, let's say
even the gas, like they can fuck up the electric part of it. That is
yeah, they could just make it now. They could just make it. They could just like fuck with that. They could fuck with the way that the engine fires. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have to fire the. Like, it doesn't have to like respond anymore.
It doesn't have to have an electric engine for you to fuck up the electric part that keeps the
the reason why electric cars are so much more associated with AI and with self-driving is because they're simpler than ICE, because ICE has a lot of variables that aren't as easily controlled, and it has more parts. The EV has like way fewer parts, and so it's easier to program for a computer, and it's more, and so it's also, again, there's like just fewer variables you have to think about when you're programming for it. Like if they want to turn off your ICE car, they could, if it was connected to the internet, for example, right? Like you have it on data, they could do the same thing to you if they wanted to. And it actually had the programming for like a kill switch. They could absolutely do that.
Yes, but
Yeah.
in the future, it could be an AI talking to it saying, "Hey, turn this bitch off. This guy's on the road."